Time travel in a recursive reality. In a recursive framework, reality is not linear. It does not move neatly from one point to another, but instead folds back upon itself, feeding its present state into what comes next. Each moment contains the memory of the one before it, like a frame in a feedback loop echoing the last. Yet this looping is never exact. Because of momentum, entropy, and what we perceive as forward motion, each iteration shifts slightly from its predecessor. The result is not a perfect circle, but a spiral, a loop that progresses. The past is not erased, nor is it repeated. It becomes embedded within each new layer. In such a system, the past is never truly behind us. It is carried forward, transformed, and encoded into the fabric of the present. This means that time travel, in a familiar sense of stepping back into a moment that still exists somewhere behind us, would not be possible. There is no earlier world waiting to be revisited because each previous state has already been reabsorbed and rewritten into the one that followed. The universe doesn't store the past as something separate, it integrates it continuously. However, if one could access this recursive structure directly, if it were possible to read or manipulate the information that each moment carries forward, then one could, in theory, navigate toward a previous state. This would not involve traveling backward through time, but rather reconstructing an earlier resonance of the same pattern. It would resemble tuning into an earlier frequency of existence, much like replaying a recording from data already contained within the present moment. In a recursive model, what we experience as time may be nothing more than reality resolving itself through self-reference. Each iteration observes the last, interprets it, and generates the next. What we call forward motion is simply the act of updating the recursion. In this light, moving into the future is natural. It is what the universe is doing at every instance. The future is simply the next iteration already forming. Traveling backward, however, would require reversing this feedback process, which would disrupt the coherence of the system itself. Unless recursion were perfectly reversible at every scale, which thermodynamic law says it's not, true backward motion would not be possible. This is the foundation of the recursive universe, a reality that doesn't move along a timeline, but coils through itself like a living spiral. In part 2, we'll explore what this means for memory, information, and the way the past may still exist, not behind us, but within us.